a partridge in a pear tree.
So we're up to the 4th Christmas special. Hey, as most of you here, and we've got another anime one, and this one's actually from Disney. So I'll be, you know what, I'm kind of interested in doing this one because this is one of their more lesser known ones, but should deserve a lot more attention. So what is it? It's the small one. This is a 70s Christmas special, which is actually directed by Don Bluth. This was made before he left Disney to start his own animation company. So this is I think this was released around the time, maybe just after Pete's Dragon, which Bluth also had a hand in working on, but just before he made his own independent show, Banjo the Woodpecker Cat. So yeah, this should be interesting. So what's the story? Well, it's about a boy a young boy who, and actually I'm not going to reveal the time frame, but he's old donkey known as Small One. Small One is having trouble working at the boy's farm with his father, and it becomes clear to the dad that he must be sold for a piece of silver. The boy takes it upon himself, as he does not want anyone selfish to buy his donkey. So it's up, and he must find the perfect buyer for his old friend. The story is really simple, but it's really nice, and you know, it's kind of touching. In fact, I've got to say, the emotional moments really do hit, and that's a strength with every Don Bluth production. Well, okay, every one that mostly focused on it, well, most of these good ones, but not saying everything was that he did was emotional. I mean, Tiny E definitely is not that sort of movie. Neither, and of course the Dragon's Lair and Space Ace games are obviously not emotional. And of course there are even movies that he's made that could have emotional moments, but you don't really care. John Central Park being one of them, but Bluth's strength was always his emotional side, and this really does work. And to be honest, and while the animation is simple, it's not as grand as some of his other works, this is really good animation, and it definitely feels a much bigger step in what Disney was making in their theatrical department at that time. Bluth sort of knew this, so he did his best with what he had, and it worked out pretty well. Not only did he do the animation, his two close friends, Gary Goldman and John Pomeroy, also helped out, as did Richard Rich, who will later go on to make direct Fox and the Hound and Black Cauldron for Disney, but also would make the Swan Princess on his own and produce the Alpha and Omega movies. So yeah, mixed bag. But it was also worked on by Henry Selick, who will later go on to direct Night Before Christmas and Jameson, Giant Peach and Coraline, among others. Maybe I should do Night Before Christmas this month. We'll wait and see if I got time. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, the animation is really good. The songs are really catchy. I like these songs. They're nice. They're sweet. They're short, but you know, they're actually good to hear. The Merchant song and the opening song, the Small One, are really good. Even the song that the boy sings the night before he goes to sell the donkey is really nice. These are good songs, and Bluth wrote the songs, as did Richard Rich, so they did pretty well for what they could do. Might as well keep playing the music. So yeah, the songs are great. The ending is really nice, and Bluth always seemed to have a style where you can show kids practically anything, and as long as you have a happy ending, and this works out well. I mean, this isn't as dark as Secret of NIMH, American Tail, or Land Before Time, but it's just a good heartwarming ending. The main characters, of course, the boy and the donkey are great. It definitely, and yeah, this definitely gives viewers a taste of what Don Bluth is capable of. As I said, this was released before he went on to work on his other, become a solo animation director. So yeah, pretty good. If I have any problems with it, it's the auction scene. Look, the boy does run across some pretty shady characters who want to buy the donkey for selfish reasons, and the auction scene is one scene that I definitely find okay, but not my favorite. And yeah, I'm pretty sure if you recognize, probably can guess where the ending is going to lead to. Honestly, you don't. It's pretty predictable, but it's predictable in a good way. While it could have been predictable in all the wrong ways, the way the ending is handled is really nice, and it's pretty good. So yeah, it is predictable, but I don't mind. But regardless, one of my overall thoughts on the small one is it's a great Christmas special, and definitely something Don Bluth fans should look into. It may have been still. It's not that well known, at least compared to Disney Christmas specials, but it is definitely one that I think anyone should look into. So what am I going to give it? I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10 hat stars. I was debating giving it a 9, but I'm not sure if I could. It's a good Christmas special, but it's great, but it's a far cry from what Bluth is. As I said, this was more of a taste of what Bluth was capable of before he got into his later works in the 80s. So yeah, it's still a good movie, but regardless, it's a great movie and great Christmas. It's a great short and great Christmas special. So what's next for my Christmas specials? I think I need to get back into doing movie reviews after doing just TV specials and short films. So might go back to live action. I did say look at some ones I don't like. Ooh, maybe I should try that. I'm thinking next time I try a movie that starts off with a animation. It starts off with a bit of stop motion blended with live action before we move on to live action before we move on to complete live action in New York. And a guy in an elf suit. Oh boy, I'm gonna get into that. Well, regardless, Hasbro's uses out. I'll catch you later for Christmas special number 5. Ciao.